Santa Pod, that's where we are, but we've not come to what you'd normally expect to see at Santa Pod, which is drag racing. No. We've come to see a guy attempt a world record. It's Jason Rennie. He's a good friend of Two Wheels. He watches it every week, would you believe? But he's already got a world record for the longest motorcycle jump in the whole of history. 253 foot, ramp to ramp. And he intends to break that world record here today. So let's go and meet the guy and find out a little bit more about it. So this is the man himself, Jason, stood by his trusty steed. What we come to this noisy Santa Pod place for then anyway, what's today going to do? Right.
You're going to see me push the world motorcycle jump distance record a little bit further.
A little further? Further than you've already got, which is 253 foot, for goodness sake. Are you not being a bit greedy like?
Well, it's been 12 months since I set it, so I feel if I can push it a little bit further every 12 months, the public know they're going to be seeing one big jump a year, as well as all the promotional stuff that I'll be doing as well.
Yeah.
I want to keep this distance record in the public eye and just keep pushing it that little bit each time.
Keep it away from them nasty Americans who used to have the world record, I believe, with this Doug Danger chappie. What did he jump? What was his distance?
He held a distance of 251 feet. He held that for 9 years until I broke it last year at Donington, setting a new one at 253. But there's a guy, Seth Enslow, that everybody knows about, who is claiming to be the next Evel Knievel. Well, if he doesn't get his finger out, I'll have pushed the distance record so far away, he'll never grasp it. So he needs to pull his finger out, I think, and have a go at it now.
I mean, here today there's many a celebrity, one of which is the world famous Eddie Kidd, isn't it? Now, you met him today. Did he give you some words of advice?
Yeah, well, I've never actually met Eddie before. Today is the first time I've met him, and it's a privilege for me to meet him, because I actually watched him jump when I was about 10 or 11. He came to my hometown of Wrexham and jumped over 2 Mercedes vans lengthways. And so to actually meet him today, all these years later, doing the same thing as what he did all them years ago, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I saw you having a bit of a chat with him and everything, but you know, these other guys have used, like Evel Knievel, world famous for his Harley Davidsons and so on. They all use big bikes. Jason, this is only 250 cc's.
Yeah, that's what Eddie said. Eddie couldn't believe that I'm doing it on a 250 bike. I just feel comfortable on the 250 bike. I feel it's still got a bit of speed left yet, that I can push the record closer to 300 feet on the 250 bike.
Do you really honestly think that? My word.
I believe I can.
That's amazing. Things like, for example, things like the tyres. That's a knobbly motocross tyre. I mean, is that not a hindrance?
Well, everybody says about the knobblies, why don't I use road tyres? But a knobbly tyre has a really hard carcass to it, which I got a habit of bending front wheels at the moment on landings.
All right.
The knobbly tyres have got a very stiff tyre wall to them, so it does help the wheel, the rest of the wheel as well, a little bit by using the knobbly.
So the disadvantage of having the lumpy base is outweighed by the fact that the carcass is ideal for the job. Yeah,
you got to prioritise it a bit.
I'm sure you have that. And there's a lot of preparation goes into these things. I mean, you know, our British climate is very inclement. I mean, we've had wind here today. We had a bit of rain. You've got the big heater device going down the track there to keep everything dry for the job. A lot of preparations involved. At what point do you say to yourself, Jason, I can't do it, it's either too windy or wet or whatever?
Well, we've got a wind meter, and if the wind is blowing harder than 15 mile an hour from the side, I can't do it. I can get up to about 160 or 180 feet of a jump with a 50 mile an hour side wind, but we can't really start pushing past the 200 foot mark with winds that much. Today we've got a tailwind, which is a bonus, but it's a gusting tailwind. It's varying 8 to 10 mile an hour each time, and that's a bit too much. A
burning question, Jason, is something very simple, this. First of all, what possesses you to even attempt to do a very long jump, and how do you practice the thing?
Well, what possessed me, I raced motocross for 7 years. 4 years I did the British Championships, and I was always quite good at jumping on the tracks. You know, if there was a big triple jump on the track, I was always quite
You were the
well
man
known for going for it first.
And you're a fair dab hand at old wheelies and donuts and all that lot, aren't you? So
Yeah,
you're well practiced at that.
I enjoyed that, and then I gave up the motocross and didn't have much to do with bikes for about 5 or 6 years, and it was just burning inside me that I wanted to get back on the bikes. I looked at what I was good at and what I wasn't, and how fit I was now compared to then, and what stood out more than anything was chasing the dream of being like Evel Knievel and Eddie Kidd, really. Because you don't really need the fitness for it, but you just need the skill on jumping. You need the courage to obviously go for that jump. And
You
that's
don't
how
need
it all
the fitness,
started.
you're a blinking keep fit freak, man. You do all your training and everything else. I know what it is. You just want to look good in them fancy leathers, don't you? That's what it is.
Yeah, you got to keep fit. I think if you're physically fit, you're mentally fit, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
And you feel better overall.
And you've got to be sharp, haven't you?
There's a lot of little things that make up one good big thing.
Yeah.
And I think if you can focus on all the little things as well and fine-tune them, the package falls together a bit better then, doesn't it? And it's worked for me. The way I've thought about it all and pursued it all has worked because we've got the world record, so I'm going to stick with the way I know, really.
You keep that there, I don't blame you. You go and set yourself up and sort yourself out. I'll go and sort out the weather, because that's not a problem to me. I'll get the wind settled down to about 6 or 7 mile an hour behind you.
Yeah,
I'll have the
that'll
sun
be just
shining.
nice.
All right, no problem at all. And we'll get back to you after you've had an attempt at breaking the world record. So the very best of luck with it, and we'll speak to you later.
Yeah, speak to you later.
Okay, so the time has come. The time for Jason to attempt the big jump. And that's why it's fairly quiet around here, because all his friends and helpers, they've gone off to set the ramps up for the big event. And next time you join us at Santa Pod, he will have indeed done it. But not without this, he won't. He needs his bike. And I think he's forgotten this. Hello, Jason. Jason, you need your bike. Jason.